Hi, welcome to our next junior algebra video. We continue talking factorising quadratics. Remember, we've talked about how to take factored form and turn it into expanded form. Well, now in these videos, we're going from expanded form back into factored form. Right, remember the key thing about factorising. The two numbers that we come up with must add to get positive 8, the coefficient of the x in the middle. And the two numbers must multiply to give us this constant 12 at the end. All right, let's get into some trickier examples that deal with integers. Here we go. We're going to factorize x squared plus 4x minus 12. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we know there's two brackets and they must multiply to give negative 12. Now, the only way to multiply to get negative 12, one has to be negative and one has to be positive. So here's all a possible list of numbers that multiply to get negative 12. Wow, there's heaps of them. But they must add up to give positive 4. The pair that we pick must add to give positive 4. And if you scan down the list here, the only pair that add to give positive 4 is this pair here. Negative 2 plus 6 makes 4, or 6 minus 2 makes 4. So we know that negative 2 times 6 gives us negative 12, which is what I want, negative 12. And negative 2 plus 6, or 6 minus 2, gives us positive 4. So that's the pair I want. So I can put them in the brackets. I'm going to have a minus 2 in the brackets, and I'm going to have a plus 6 in the brackets. Right, that's it. I've factorized it, and I've come up with my solution. Just remember, if you're sitting there in class and you look over at the student next to you and they wrote it a different way, they put the x plus 6 first and the x minus 2 second, you'd both get ticks, no problem at all. But what you can't do is you can't have in the first bracket x plus 2 and in the second bracket x minus 6. You must have a minus 2 and a plus 6. All right, let's get into example 2. Keep going with these integers. X squared minus 10x plus 21. So we know we're going to have two brackets. They must multiply to give 21, positive 21. Now, because it's positive, we either need to have two positive numbers or two negative numbers to get 21, because two positives make positive, two negatives make positive. So I've got 1 and 21, negative 1 and negative 1 and negative 21 make 21. Same with 3 and 7, and same with negative 3 and negative 7. So there's only 4 possible choices. They must add to give negative 10. So we're going to come down here and figure out which pair add to give negative 10. Well, the pair I want is this pair right at the bottom, negative 3 and negative 7. If they multiply to give positive 21, and they add up, negative 3 plus negative 7 add up to negative 10. So they're both negative, negative 3, negative 7. So when I pop them in the brackets, I'm going to go negative 3 and negative 7. Now again, we've finished and factorized it, but if you're looking at the student next to you to check your work and you see that they've written negative 7 first and negative 3 second, then you know you're both right. Doesn't matter which way around the brackets go. All right, our third and last example is this one here, x squared minus 3x minus 28. Right, so once again, there's two brackets we've got to come up with, and the numbers have got to multiply to get negative 28. So go through all the factors of 28. Because it's negative 28, one must be positive and one must be negative. So wow, there's a huge list here to look at. They must add to get negative 3. So we're going to work through those lists and work out which pair add up to give negative 3. And the pair that is correct is this pair here, because 4 plus negative 7 makes negative 3, or negative 7 plus 4 makes negative 3. So that's the pair I want. So I'm going to have a 4 and a negative 7 in the bracket. So it's going to be plus 4 and negative 7. And again, remember, you can swap the two brackets around. All right, lots to practice, but thanks for watching.